Hello race fans, and welcome to the V8 Supercar America Series presented by Get Dirty EMX, Direct Clutch Services, and our very own V8's online superstore. I'm JD Smith. With me right now, Kane Kraft, and we're getting ready to take you live for V8 Supercar action right now.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, and welcome to the V8 Supercar America Series presented by V8's Online. I'm JD Smith. With me tonight to call all the race action will be our good friend Kane Kraft. Before we get started, we want to let you know that tonight's show will be presented in beautiful high definition and is always brought to you by our good friends over at the V8 Supercar Fan Group, Direct Clutch Services, and our very own V8's Online Superstore. Once again, guys, happy to be here tonight as we head out to southeastern United States, my hometown of our hometown racetrack in Braselton, Georgia. That's right, guys, Road Atlanta. One of my favorite places, as you guys know, no stranger, as we head to the 2.5 mile course. Kane, it's sure to be an exciting night of action. I've seen a lot of exciting things in practice throughout the week. We had an amazing opening race last week at Yokoyama where we saw Mitchell McLeod take the checkered flag, and tonight we head back for race number 2 in an exciting America Series that's already shortened to only 6 short weeks.
Yeah, this season's definitely going to be a short one, but tonight we're here at Road Atlanta, a super track, and these guys have been going super fast. It's been exciting to watch these guys in practice. The new car is handling really good here, so I'm expecting an excellent race.
It's going to be wonderful. 28 laps tonight, so we should see nothing but just a good sprint race. Should be no pits necessary, no scheduled at least. Tonight's weather is going to be a little bit chilly out with 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind speed coming in southwest at 5 miles per hour. And there is absolute zero fog cover. It is mostly cloudy. So it's going to be a little bit overcast. Should be a lot of grip out there. But it's going to be hard for these cars. They're going to have to get at least a lap or 2 in before they get grip onto the tires. As we get ready to head out to the racetrack, let's look at how the guys stood last week. At the end of Okayama, they ended at the track like this. This is also our current point standings. Mitchell McLeod won in first. Second place went to Curtis Chipaway, and Tony Attridge rounded out our podium in third. Fourth was Marlon McMullen. Sam Sutton rounded out the top 5. Chad Chastain of STC Motorsports took 6th, and Michael Fulcher took 7th. Michael Schreier took the 8th spot with Michael Cracknell in 9th. The final 10 spot went to Nathan Shartner, and that was your top 10 last week at Okayama. I'm ready to head out to the track, buddy, so as soon as we can, we'll head out that way and get us some pictures rolling. But some things to be excited for. We already seen this will be our second official V8 Supercar race in the new Holden VF Commodore. And I know it's had a lot of praises and a lot of drivers that maybe weren't too big on the car at first starting to come around, Kane. I've noticed some positive attitudes with the car as of late. We've seen an incredible race last week for the start of the V8 Supercar America Series, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in round 2. We already heard of our 2-time America's champ, Marlon McMullen, won the race last night. And I've already talked to Marlon a little bit earlier this week. He is very pleased with this new Holden and how things feel in the car. He says it really benefits his driving style.
Yeah, that's true. Marlon tends to like a car that's got that's a little loose on the rear end. He can get it to turn a little better and kind of slide the corners a little, get the car pointed in the right direction. And the last update of the Ford kind of took that away, and so he really struggled last season with the Ford. But this new Holden, it's got that back, and we're really seeing a big change in his ability to drive the car. He's back to kind of his old way of driving, and he's really picked up on this car really quick.
Yeah, from what I understand, he has really, really enjoyed this car. Very excited with how things are feeling. So I'm excited, and I think he's going to be one to watch tonight, Kane. He's going to be one to looking at going towards the front. Another driver that I want to watch tonight is going to be Chad Chastain, a driver that really started showing his true colors at the end of last season. Of course, he started in season 3 with a win, but then it was a rough, long road. And after about the midway point in our season 3, Chad really started to shine through. I think tonight could be a really big night for him, and look for him to start making his way. We also have some old familiar names coming back with Bo Cattell. Looks like he's going to be running in the track tonight, and we'll see what's going on. Let's have a quick word with one of the drivers in the that's actually in the race tonight. Let's have a word with SDC Motorsports own Marty Carroll. Marty, how you doing?
Well, could be better, guys, actually. Yeah, just pop over to let you know I've actually had a hardware failure on my PC, so I won't be competing tonight, but thought I'd come over and give you boys a hand and cheer on the rest of the SDC guys competing tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, buddy. And sorry to hear about the hardware malfunction. And we'll be happy to have you alongside us tonight as we head over to Road Atlanta, buddy. Sorry about that. We were looking forward to seeing you run out there. We just got through talking about your teammate, Chad, and how things are really starting to look up for him. And tonight could be a big night for him to shine through.
Yeah, definitely. No, all of us have been sort of stepping our game up and putting our best foot forward with the new build. And yeah, I was definitely looking forward to tonight after missing round 1 at Okayama last week. And yeah, big shout out to my teammate Jason Quire, who sent me up his backup graphics card to deal with my previous problem, and installed it today and had it running fine in the qualifier leading up to the event. And then unfortunately I just had a hard drive crash on me just before the start of the event.
And I hate to hear that, Marty. I know how much you were looking forward to getting in the race this evening. And but let's look at how things are going to line up tonight, guys. It won't be long, and these guys are going to go ahead and start gridding up. Let's take a look at our starting grid. 19 cars on the starting grid. Mitchell McLeod returns to the pole position, boys. Chad Chastain will be on the outside of row 1. Curtis Chipaway will be 3rd. 4th will be Kurt Stenberg. Marlon McMullen, the 2-time America's champ, will start 5th. Bo Cattell returns. He'll be in 6th position tonight. Tony Autridge in the 7th spot. 8 will belong to Michael Schrayer. Sam Sutton in 9th. And Jake Burton rounds out your top 10. Aaron Hamilton will be 11th. 12th will be Michael Cracknell. Wayne Bork in 13th. The rest of the field goes Mark Anderson, Todd Parks, Leon Tander, Christian Peterson, Graham, Matthew Boisset. That is how the field goes. And Marty, we're getting ready to get started. The engines are up, guys. We're ready to go racing at Braselton, Georgia. Let's go, America's. Already great side-by-side with Marlon McMullen now trying to get things worked up here as he tries to get off to a good start. Also, Chad Chastain, things are piling up as he tries to get around Mitchell McLeod up for the lead. Chad up there giving Mitchell a good run for his money in the Torque Holden Commodore. Also, Marlon McMullen has made the pass and moved into the 3rd position. Marlon just made his way around teammate Curtis Chipaway and is now right on the tail of Chad Chastain. Boys, we're only a few turns in, already tons of action as these cars are extremely loose. Right now, another pass going as Curtis Chipaway getting lots of pressure from Kurt Stenberg. Kurt Stenberg going to try to go around turn 6 on the outside. Can he make the pass happen through 7? I just don't think there's enough grip yet, boys, side by side as they head around the long backstretch here at Road Atlanta. A lot of big passing opportunities. I think Kurt's going to get a little bit of help from the draft, from a little bit of push from the Osram Holden that is behind him. That is actually Michael Schrayer in that Osram Holden. I know I'm going to call it a Ford 3 times tonight, guys. I'm going to warn you on that. Through the chicane for the first time today here at the bottom of the hill. And already we are tail to bumper, and this is an awesome start to our race tonight. Boy, still side by side. Guys, I know we can't get a word in because Sam Sutton right here in front of Jake Burton, great battle. Also behind him, Michael Cracknell in his sim pit Holden. right there, all action. It is literally everybody getting in a line here, and still every turn it feels like there's going to be a big catastrophe there, just racing that tight. Out front, Mitchell McLeod still in the lead. He has about a 2-car length lead over Chad Chastain. As I say that, Chad makes it about a 1-car length distance. He's actually got a good run on the torque Holden there of our leader, Mitchell McLeod, in the number 5 machine. And right now going to use every bit of the aerodynamical draft he can, get any kind of advantage down this long backstretch and reaching up to speeds of over 169, 170 miles per hour before the descent down into the chicane as they wash all that speed off to around 65 miles per hour through the chicane. Incredible driving out here at Road Atlanta. What do you think about this start out here, Marty?
Well, Marty's not there right this second, or we can't hear him otherwise. I just heard him come on in. Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, sorry, I was just been struggling to get some pitches going on there. So, but from the sounds of it, sounds like a pretty exciting start. But everyone racing nice and hard and clean like they should be. So, being 28-lap sprint race with the car of the future having the bigger fuel tank, we're running longer. So, you don't want to be chewing out your tyres or overheating or wearing your gear out too early. It's a long race to go yet.
Packs of cars that are going for it, 1 through 3rd, really going at it right now. That's Mitchell McLeod, Chad Chastain, and Marlon McMullen behind him. We go back one more to the next pack where Curtis Chipaway is broken away in 4th from Kurt Stenberg, who's battling for 5th with Bo Cattell. Behind them, it's all Tony Attridge, and behind them, Wayne Bork, Michael Schrader. As we continue to go, Sam Sutton, Jake Burton, Michael Cracknell back in, Mark Anderson, Christian Peterson, Aaron Hamilton has just fell to 15th. 16th, it's Todd Parks, Leon Tander in 17th. And it is just unbelievable. We'll go 2 more spots on the field. Graham Filan, as we know him, Bones in 18th. And in the tail of the field, it is Matthew Boisset at the moment, and he's not far off the rest of the field. So a very exciting race through the beginning of this one, and tons of positions to be had as these guys are battling it out. Still a really good battle up here with Bo Cattell as Bo Cattell and Tony Attridge go hand in hand at the moment. And right now, Tony Attridge looks ahead to Bo Cattell and Kurt Stenberg. It's a good 3-car battle, and it is trying to get into the top 5, so very important here. Ooh, it's a lot of curb coming out of turn 1 there, and a big run. I said turn 1, it was actually like turn 3, but well, it's already lap 4, guys, of this 28-lap race. Remember, we've already talked about how there will not be any pit stops. You just heard it from Marty. You know, it's these bigger fuel tanks in these Commodores. These Holdens can go a lot longer. We don't have the need for fuel saving. We don't have the need for stops. And it's just flat out racing from start to finish. And that's what we're seeing right now. Let's check in and find out what's going on a little bit further up in the front. Right now, we do have a car I almost said out in front. It's still Mitchell McLeod, guys. And he's got a nice little lead at the moment. Back in second, it still is Chad Chastain, about a 2-car length distance between the two. Chad's trying to make it away from Marlon McMullen, who started in 4th and has already put himself up here with these front 2. Curtis Chipaway back in 4th has broken away from that pack behind him, but that pack behind him has really stacked up. It's got about 5 or 6 cars now that are on their way. So a lot happening really fast here at Road Atlanta.
Jake Burton in the race tonight. We didn't see him last week. It's been a while since we've seen Jake. Jake's doing pretty good tonight. Found himself in the 10th spot with looking to put some serious pressure on Wayne Burke right up in front.
Yeah, Wayne Bork has been good to see him out here. A lot of big names that we missed last week that are out here tonight. It's good to see these guys making it out to the track at Road Atlanta. That first lap, I was very, very pleased to see how well these gentlemen held these cars tight to the track. I know how loose, just from myself getting out in the car this week and really giving it a go. This is one of the slipperiest out laps in a car I've ever experienced in my entire sim racing career, right here at Road Atlanta. So I know these guys extremely pleased that they will not have to stop and do new tires. When you have cold tires here, it just equals tragic. The only issue I could see with maybe some tire issues is maybe right at the end of this race if we have some guys pushing too hard. Other than that, we should have great racing all the way to the end. All right, now we are on lap number 6. I'm still watching this battle between Kurt Stenberg and Bo Cattell. Bo right on the bumper now of Stenberg. This is the battle for and right now the number 10 machine trying to make things happen as Kurt Stenberg tries to hold off a hard push of Bo Cattell. Right now heading down the backstretch, and here it is, a good push from Bo because he's able to get that draft. He's going to go down to the inside as they try to get through the chicane. And Bo Cattell makes the pass, and he'll make it a beautiful job by Bo Cattell in the number 3 machine, and he'll move up into the top 5, guys.
Great situational awareness there by Kurt Stenberg. He knew Bo Cattell was coming in on the inside, allowed him plenty of room there to get to the inside. Kept pressure as they got through that left-hander so that he might have a chance to get him on the inside of the next corner. It didn't happen that way, but still Kurt did a great job getting plenty of room.
I do want to point out the new sponsorships on Curtis Chipple. The new Grip TV skins on the number 4 car look fantastic, as well as Marlon McMullen in the number 1 car tonight. And so got new sponsorships for those guys. I am happy to see that for those teams. They deserve to have a good sponsor. And so good to have them with their new skins on today. Look fantastic.
Hey, Grip TV is the perfect sponsor for Curtis too. Grip TV is a group of guys that broadcast their gaming online and stuff like that. They're funny to watch. They've done a lot of iRacing. They've also play other games. Curtis, he does a lot of streaming on Twitch as well, so yeah, it just really fits.
Guys watching right now, don't take your eyes off. Marlon McMullen has caught Chad Chastain and our leader Mitchell McLeod, and Chad really putting some pressure on Mitchell right now as they come to the crest of the hill and head down towards the famous S's section in Atlanta. Right now, a good push from the sim pit holding of Chad. He's right there with him, and this is extremely fun to watch. Remember last week at Okayama, it was the Mitchell McLeod show. Once Mitchell got off to a lead, he was gone for the races, and not the case today. Chad has hung out with him ever since the start, and these boys are going to go all the way down to the wire, and I got a feeling Marlon McMullen's going to be there at the end. What a 3-car battle for first. We do have a good battle a little bit further back in the field as we have the guys of Wayne Bork in 9th, Jake Burton in 10th, and then Sam Sutton in 11th. A good 3-car battle with those boys.
Yeah, those guys been fighting hard all race, and man, they've been having a great, clean race. Those guys have really got to be enjoying themselves. They look like they're having so much fun out there.
Oh, they got to be having a blast. I'm enjoying watching Bo Cattell as well, and his tag pest management holding. He's holding off Tony Ottridge right now. Tony in the hybrid racing simulations holding, really pushing on nicely here. This is the battle for 5th. Remember, not long ago, we saw Bo Cattell make the move to actually get around Kurt Stenberg. Kurt has fallen to 7th, guys, and Kurt's actually in danger of falling another spot to the Osram holding of Michael Schreier. So big push from both Osram cars as currently they're running 8th and 9th. That's Wayne Bork, and that's also Schreier in the 6th car. Or in the 8th car, or 6th car. That's right, I had it right, boys. Too many numbers going on in my head.
Got a great battle going on toward the back with Todd Parks, Christian Peterson, Leon Tander, Aaron Hamilton. These guys in the back are racing just as hard. Christian Peterson's made up a couple positions there, got around a couple guys per position, and he's under serious pressure from Aaron
Oh,
Hamilton.
yeah, he's going to go side by side right now in the drive line holding. That's Leon Tander, guys. And side by side as they race down the hill to the chicane, the inside will be taken, but he's going to have to fall in line as Leon Tander moves up in to that 15th spot. Good run from the drive line holding of Leon Tander. Oh, extremely loose right there from Christian Peterson. What a save. We got trouble ahead. It's actually Todd Parks. Let's get a replay and find out what happened to Todd Parks as he is completely missing his front end. And when he came down, the final turn, he just caught a lip of grass and it sent the front end head first into the inside barrier. Extremely hard hit from Todd Parks. Lots of white smoke coming out of his LED Innovations Holden. And that car, boys, is going to have some major repairs. This might end Todd Parks' afternoon.
Yeah, that's a pretty common place for that exact thing to happen. We see that happen at least once each time we come here. And Todd Parks is the one that got it this race. That's unfortunate for Todd.
Todd has actually got his LED Innovations Holden moving around the track, and he's spun out again, guys. He's trying his best to get that thing back to pit road. The problem is he literally got in a wreck about 400 yards after the entrance to, and so he's going to have to go around the entire 2.5 miles of track to get back to the entrance of pit road. And so right when he gets through this tough S's section, and all these turn 6 and 7 is where he's at now. He spins the car around. This is very, very, very difficult for Todd to get that LED Innovations Holden back to his crew in pit.
Back up at front, Mitchell McLeod still in the lead. He's still got serious pressure from Chad Chastain. Marlon McMullen's fallen off a couple car lengths there, but still definitely in contention. He definitely could get up there and catch those guys. Curtis Chipaway's in 4th. He's a few car lengths off those guys, about 2.5 seconds. And Bo Cattell he's quite a bit further back from Curtis's bumper. He's about 3.5 seconds from Curtis.
All right, back in the 15 car, the number 15 car of Aaron Hamilton in the Dimmodoff hold. Has moved up into the 15th spot as he has made his way around Christian Peterson. Move from Aaron Hamilton, and he is right there with Leon Tander. He's going to try to battle him next. Another good pass on the track is right in front of Mark Anderson got around Michael Cracknell, and a good job from Mark Anderson to move up into the top 12, and we'll see what this KRT machine can do.
See Mark Anderson catch that same curve just a little bit there, but he was able to grab back control of the car.
Sam Sutton now has his hands full, guys. Big battle here for a top 10 spot as Sam Sutton tries to hold on to that P10 spot, because here comes Wayne Bork in the Osram Holden, and he is really putting on the heat. And he looks like he'll hold him off for now. Another good battle going on. Still Tony Autridge trying to catch Bo Cattell, boys. And Bo riding off every time Tony Autridge chips a little bit away at that lead. He'll, as soon as it gets right up on the back end of that TAC Pest Management Holden, it's right to the races for Bo Cattell as he gets a burst of momentum and puts a little bit of space in between the two cars. All right, let's see if it happens again. Here comes Tony Autridge again on a good run through the chicane. Oh, from Bo Cattell, and that's going to bring, Bo's off the track. He saves it, but that will lose the position, and Tony Autridge will be able to advance into that 5th position spot. Let's see if Bo Cattell can redeem himself and get past Tony Autridge to reclaim that top 5 position. And while we're doing all this talking, you forget we're almost halfway over with this race, guys. It's only a 28-lap race, and we're already on lap 13. Where does the time go?
Marlon McMullen right on the bumper of Chad Chastain there for the third spot.
Side-by-side action right now. Bo-Cattell's going to have to fall back in line. Very, very aggressive move, or a clean aggressive move, but a very nice one from Bo-Cattell to try to get back around Tony Attridge. I thought we were going to have a disaster. Now we got more side-by-side racing up front, guys. And Marlon McMullen side-by-side down the long straightaway as they head down to the chicane. Marlon's got the advantage, but on the inside it will. Chad's going to get loose. He's going to get sideways, boys. What a save from Chad. He is going to save it, but he may lose the spot to Curtis Chipaway in the Grip TV holding, and that's exactly what will happen. A tough break from Chad Chastain, who falls from second all the way back to fourth, and he's going to have to try to regroup himself and regain some of that lost ground.
You know, knowing Chad, I know that he'll take it. He's the kind of guy, once he started sliding like that, his biggest concern was taking out the other driver. So he is more than happy to take fourth place and not hurt another driver's race.
I don't even think he's thinking about fourth. I think he's thinking about getting third back right now. He's already back up on Curtis Chipaway through the S's beautifully, and he's going to try to attack Curtis Chipaway here in that number 4 machine. And I tell you what, boys, he was 4 car lengths back a minute ago. He's already got down to 2, almost 1. Make that 1 car length. And here through turn 7, a beautiful out from both drivers. And let's see if he can get a little bit of space in between them. As right now that Grip TV Holden tries his best. Curtis trying to get a little bit of breathing room from Chad. Down into the chicane, Chad Chastain trying to redeem himself. A little bit of a loose back in there from Curtis Chipaway. It wasn't enough to really make a difference as far as Chad's concerned, but still both cars really pushing. And I tell you what, I'm really starting to keep my eye on Marlon McMullen, because I know there's a little bit of space in between him and the leader, but he doesn't have that car in between the two anymore. It's open air for both Marlon McMullen and Mitchell McLeod, and it'll be fun to see if Marlon can close in on him. It's going to be tough, but there's still plenty of racing left to do. It's only lap 15 of 28, and let's see now. Let's talk with Marty Carroll. I think he's back in the booth with us. Marty, you there with us, bud?
To make some adjustments to get it up on the laptop there. So, but yeah, just watching Chad there. With this new car, the balance of the car with the fuel tanks being moved from the boot to behind the driver's seat and the driver being more centered in the car. You know, it's only a few inches inwards and back, but the real balance of the car with the brake bias, it's not like the old Falcon was, you know, where you could really muscle it into the braking areas. It's very fine tuning on the brake balance and very easy in the brakes.
Yeah, good point. That is exactly true. This thing, it seems like it's got so much rear brake that you get a little heavy in on your braking zone, and that rear end of the car can really come around on you.
Well, guys, right now, just as the leaders start lap 16, I'm going to do a quick rundown of how we run at the moment. And in the race right now, in first, it is Mitchell McLeod. Back in second, it is Marlon McMullen. Curtis Chipaway in the Grip TV machine in third. Chad Chastain in the sim pit holding in fourth. And through, it's going to be a slowdown, big contact as they T-bone one another. That's Chad Chastain and Curtis Chipaway. Not what either driver wanted. Let's bring up the replay, boys, as that was incredibly unfortunate for both drivers, and it really hurt Curtis Chipaway as he was going through the grass, through the S's. As we pull up the replay for you guys, you see Curtis kind of lose it, and he gets a little bit of grass, gets the back end loose, and instead of trying to do it, he knows he has to go through the grass, but I don't know, it's just bad timing on both drivers' part there, and T-boned him. Literally a horrific wreck. I'm surprised more damage isn't done to both cars. But it looks like Chad was able to get re-going. Curtis was too, but lots of... and we got another turnaround as right in front of Chad Chastain, Sam Sutton gets the car turned around. He's going to have to use the alternate route to get back on track. and he's coming back on in a dangerous position. Oh, that was a scary moment as Michael Cracknell squeezes by. So much going on, guys, in so little time. Chad Chastain heading down pit road to get some repairs done to the sim pit. Holden, Marty, what is your opinion on what just happened there through the S's?
I think we could see Curtis had to straight line the chicane because he missed the second apex there, and I just don't think Curtis looking to use the tarmac to wash the speed off. So as he come across the grass and hit the tarmac, Curtis grabbed a handful of brake to not hit the wall too much, and that just caught Chad off.
Man, that is definitely what neither driver did not want. Remember, we talked about Leon Tander making some moves earlier, boys. He has fallen 2 spots now from 14th back to 16th, as we now have Christian Peterson and Aaron Hamilton both have made the pass. So lots of action going on here at Road Atlanta, guys, on lap number 17, and our leader is already about to start a new lap. In fact, he already has. We're on lap 18 now up in the front. And the Torque Holden F Commodore is out in the lead, and he has a very nice size lead over Marlon McMullen. Marlon's still pushing forward. We have a new third place driver, as that is the Hybrid Racing Simulations Holden of Tony Autridge. Boy, good battles going on for both third place and for 5th place. The battle for third between Tony Autridge and Bo Cattell. We go back, and there's another pairing between Kurt Stenberg and Michael Schrayer. Michael Schrayer going to look to the inside as they head through turn 6, and he's going to get cut off by the Dayco Holden of Michael Schrayer, or Kurt Stenberg. I want to call him Michael Schrayer so bad. Michael Schrayer, the one attacking from the back here down this Dayco Holden, and he's doing everything in his power to try to. Very, very good racing going on here at 5th and 3rd place.
Jake Burton under serious pressure.
I was getting ahead of myself, guys. Boy, it is fun. Todd Parks back down in the pits as his day may be over. That car is
side by side. Side by side racing by Jake Burton and Wayne Burke there. Jake Burton's going to get the best of it going through the final turn. But it's not over. We got Mark Anderson coming up too. He wants to get into this battle.
Yeah, Mark Anderson right behind Wayne Burke, and then of course ahead of him Jake Burton. While all that was going on, Kurt Stenberg found his way through the grass after the final turn 12 here, and it looked like what we saw with Todd Parks earlier, but a good job from Kurt Stenberg to not spin the car around into the inside barrier like we saw with Todd Parks. A very, very common, like Kate said, a common incident we find here at Road Atlanta, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. Good save from Kurt Stenberg. All right, guys, here it is. Right now, Jake Burton hands our battle for 8th, as Wayne Borg right there with him, as well as the Kamikaze Race Team driver of Mark Anderson, and that KRT Holden right there in it in the next level Holden, I should say now, as they got their sponsor. Guys, it is lap 19 of 28, and we're running out of time. We got a good battle.
Look like they're out of the race.
Bo Cattell now going to try to get around Tony Autridge as they come down through turn 12. He got all the way on the bumper, couldn't get any room. Another off track is going to be scored there for, oh man, that Kurt Stenberg is scaring me with these off track. He's saving it nice though. Bo Cattell still in striking distance, guys, as they get ready to head down through the S's. And that tag pest management holding right there on the hybrid racing simulations and through the S's, and a lot of curb is being used from Tony Autridge. It reminds me of Curtis Chipaway. That's what happened to him, and he just got a little bit of grass on those tires, and we saw what happened with the incident with him and Chad Chastain very easily. These guys don't realize how quickly things can go from fine to bad. We have an issue to report, Kane. We're having some blinking in and out issues from Michael Schrayer, or in front of Michael Schrayer. Kurt Stenberg blinking in and out a little bit, and hopefully he'll be able to hold on. It looks like it's stopped for the time being.
There has been some troubles with Michael Cracknell. Michael Cracknell finds himself in pit road for some repairs. I was unable to see what happened to Michael. A tough break. That's a tough break.
Very tough, and driver we haven't talked about very much is now found his way up into the 15th spot. That's Matthew Boisset, who started in 19th today, so he's moved up several spots, and he's got nothing but open road ahead of him. The next driver in front is another driver we haven't got a chance to mention yet, and that's our good friend Bones, or as the rest of the world, Graham Filan, and he is out there by himself, currently riding in the 14th position in his Bilia Volvo Holden there, and I tell you what, he is pushing along the best that he can, and always good to see Bones doing well.
Christian Peterson right ahead, a newcomer to the series. This is only his second race, I think, here in the top split, but 13th place. We've seen him holding his own there earlier with Aaron Hamilton and Leon Tander, so a great race to start off the season here for Christian Peterson.
Well, how about this? I'm also proud. Sam Sutton now has caught back up. He has caught back up to Mark Anderson, and that would be a battle for the top 10 spot right there for the actual 10th spot. And then the battle continues between Jake Burton, of course, and Wayne Bork behind them. Ahead of them, it is Curtis Chipaway, who has found himself back in 7th. So he didn't fall as bad as you might have thought he would. And then we look ahead to Michael Schreier, who's in 6th, or was in 6th. He's going to be in 5th now. And Kurt Stenberg is found 5th. Bo Cattell 4th, 3rd, Tony Ottridge, Marlon McMullen 2nd, and of course your leader here on lap 22 of 28, Mitchell McLeod. And is it me, or does it look like Marlon has actually made up a little bit of ground, guys?
He has. Back when we were talking earlier, he is 1.8 seconds back. Now he's just 1.2 seconds, so he's gained about half a second.
And Tony Ottridge has got his hands all kind of full. Here is Bo Cattell getting ready to make a move. Good job. They're going to go side by side, and it's actually going to be a slowdown possibly for Tony Ottridge.
Tough break for Tony Ottridge. Those two are having such a great battle, and it's going to cost Tony 2 spots.
Man, make that 3 spots, Kane, as he was actually leading ahead of Bo Cattell there, and he'll fall behind Bo, Kurt Stenberg, and Michael Schreier. So a very tough break there for Tony Ottridge. Fell from 3rd all the way back there, so tough break.
Yeah, that's a common word tonight, as tough breaks are just going off like crazy.
All right, some lap traffic to deal with for leader Mitchell McLeod as Matthew Boisset is in front of him. And so maybe put him a lap down here, our leader. Let's see if he has any trouble. Shouldn't have any trouble getting by Matthew, but we'll see how things go. It could help, potentially it could help the 2-time America's defending, or 2-time champ Marlon McMullen back there. And 2, they're going to go 3 wide at Road Atlanta. It's lap traffic, of course, but Mitchell McLeod gets by Todd Parks and both Matthew Boisset and Curtis Chipaway able to get around as well, no problem, and head down into the chicane. This could actually help leader Mitchell McLeod right now. Curtis is kind of in between lap traffic and the leader, and that could catch him.
Same car, different driver. Same looking car. That's Marlon McMullen there in 2nd.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's Marlon.
Oh.
Ain't no telling what I said, but
yeah, you were saying Curtis.
Oh goodness, I meant Marlon McMullen, guys. Pardon me.
The action is kind of slowed down just a little bit with some gaps just forming where all our close battles had been before. Now there's at least half a second gap. The closest being the Kurt Stenberg Michael Schreier battle here. It's only less than half a second between Kurt and Michael Schreier. Also less than half a second between Sam Sutton and Mark Anderson back in for that 11th position, or 10th position rather.
Kurt Stenberg, or the Michael Schreier really putting it on Kurt Stenberg, guys, as they head through turn 7 right now. Oh, very good exit there from the Dayco Holden as he escapes Michael Schreier's grip there. I thought we were going to see some side-by-side action as Michael Schreier was right in position to possibly make a move, but a great job coming out of turn 7, picked up a lot of speed down the and down into the chicane. Michael Schreier now trying to catch Kurt Stenberg, and we'll see if they can make it happen. Bo Cattell leads the way down there through those 3, though. He is in the 3rd position in the final podium spot. Of course, Marlon McMullen in 2nd, and our leader, Mitchell McLeod. Let's check in on the gap between 1st and 2nd as they're on lap 25 and 28. Race is very fast.
Yeah, 1.7 seconds between leader Mitchell McLeod and 2nd place Marlon McMullen. 1.8 now, so that space has went back to what it was several laps ago. All that space that Marlon had gained has now been lost, so I don't know what exactly happened there. Just Mitchell McLeod found his legs and started running away.
Yeah, Mitchell McLeod came out week 1, Okayama, and represented very well with a win. He led every lap of the race and could have a repeat this week at Road Atlanta. So he had a lot of pressure early from Chad Chastain. Of course, we saw what happened with Chad and Curtis, and that ended that threat. But I tell you what, man, a big, almost got a little loose there for leader Mitchell McLeod. The back end wanted to step out on him. Could his tires maybe be getting a little bit worn now?
Yeah, I expect this far into the race, these tires do hold up a lot better, but I expect this far into the race, these guys are probably seeing some tire wear.
They got to be feeling it a little bit, and tell you what, if somehow Marlon McMullen had been saving some and he would just tried to pour it on now, he would have to start trying to attack him now. It's lap 26 of 28, guys. Not much longer to go in this race, but it looks like Marlon may be trying to close the gap a little bit. He's still got a long way to go. Bo Cattell still has a nice little lead over Kurt Stenberg, and that gap has increased between him and Michael Schreier for the time being. The battle for 4th, not a threat at the moment. We move a little bit further back. Curtis Chipaway in 6th. Behind him, it's Jake Burton in 7th. Wayne Bork is in the 8th position with 9th belonging to Sam Sutton. Back in 10th, it's Mark Anderson. 11th is Tony Ottridge. Remember him falling back not long ago. And Matthew Boisset is scored in the 15th position, but we'll see how that goes. He is lapped down, that's right. 12th place is Leon Tander. 13th, Christian Peterson. Graham Bones Filand is in 14th. And back in 15th, it is Aaron Hamilton. And so, I apologize, Matthew Boiset's 15th. 16th is Aaron Hamilton, according to... in fact, it just scored Aaron Hamilton back in 17th as he went across the scoring line. So that's how we are. It is lap 27 of 28, guys. Our leader, Mitchell McLeod, on a nice size lead. The white flag will be out the next time by as he makes his way through turn 1 and, turn 7. The Torque Holden is looking very promising for a win, guys. What you think?
Yeah, he's had a great race, a nice clean race. We've seen him start getting just a little loose here in the last couple laps, but he's flying.
Now, Marty, you're still here with us, buddy. Tell me a little bit what these guys are feeling as far as some tire wear at this point. Is it any at all, or is it just a little bit or nothing to be concerned with? If he has a copy, I don't know if he's still got a copy. He's having some technical issues. Obviously could not make the race tonight. White flag is out, guys. Mitchell McLeod is on the final lap of our race at Road Atlanta as he heads through turn 1. Everything looking good for the Torque Holden, and he is really pushing forward. Marlon McMullen has a last array of hope that maybe he can get up there, or maybe a little bit of a loose turn or something like that can allow him to catch up and possibly battle for a win here. And the last time through the S's for 1st and 2nd place drivers. Beautifully done by both drivers. And now over the hill through turn 5 as they head into turn 6 here. A 90-degree right-hander through turn 6. Handled very nicely by Mitchell McLeod. Turn 7, no problem for the leader, Mitchell McLeod, who has led 27 and a half laps. And he has half a one to go for week 2 victory here. And this is what it's all about, guys. The final few turns here at Road Atlanta. And what a run so far from Mitchell McLeod. All he has to do is keep this thing on the track, basically. And here he is through the final chicane, which would about be the worrisome part of it. Beautifully done. Over the final hill and down into the right-handed descent. Your winner at Road Atlanta in week 2, Mitchell McLeod. And he'll spin and crash through the end as they typically do. And a beautiful job from Mitchell McLeod here in race 2 of our season 4 season in 2014. Remember, a shortened season, so big result for Mitchell McLeod to be 2 for 2. Big result, guys.
Yeah, 2 for 2 coming in to start the season. That is a big result. Nice result there for Marlon McMullen as well, pulling off a second place this week. Unfortunate result for Chad Chastain, the incident there with Curtis Chipaway. Horrible luck, but not a great start to the season there. But great job for some of these other drivers on the track. We've seen some great racing from Bo Cattell. Kurt Stenberg really showed up with some nice speed today. Really was some great racing out there.
Yeah, from the very get-go, it was a very lightning-fast race. Lots of action, no pit stop. It was literally a good sprint run. Mitchell McLeod off the pole, wins week for the second week in a row. In second, Marlon McMullen. Good job for him to take second. In third, in the final spot on our podium this week, Bo Cattell and the Tag Pest Management Holden. In fourth place, Kurt Stenberg put on a nice race in his Dayco. Holden back there in rounding out in fifth was Michael Schrayer in the Osram Holden. And then, of course, in sixth tonight, it was Jake Burton. Good result for him, another Dayco machine. And then Wayne Bork in the Osram Holden, and will finish in the number 8 car. He finished in the 7th position. Sam Sutton started 9th on the day, but takes home 8th. Not too bad for him. Curtis Chipaway, we all saw what happened to him as he finishes 9th. Mark Anderson rounds out our top 10. Leon Tander finished 11th, guys, with Tony Ottridge falling back to 12th. A tough day for Tony. Christian Peterson will finish in 13th. Graham Filand finished 14th. Matthew Boysett finished 15th. The 16th spot went to Todd Parks. Aaron Hamilton 17th. Michael Cracknell took 18th. And as we all saw earlier, tough day for the number 9, which is in the final spot on the field. And very disappointing day for Chad. I know he was very disappointed. He had a big day, and hated to see that. Well, boys, 2 weeks are in the books, and it's been an incredible part for the life of this Holden VF Commodore. Marty, are you still with me, buddy?
Yeah, he's got a couple.
I do, my friend. The race is complete, and kind of what's your thoughts on that race there before I bring in Mitchell McLeod for a post-race interview?
Well, you're asking me about what they were thinking with 2 laps to go with tyre wear and stuff, but Mitchell and Marlon were still running times faster than my qualifying times, so I don't think they were having any dramas. With this new car of the future and the way it's balanced, it really does look after the tyres really well, and those 2 were definitely the class of the field tonight. And Mitchell, big shout out to Mitchell and the 4 Motorsport crew. I know he's been posting setups in the forums this season. And has vowed to do it for the rest of the season just to help the guys out and newcomers to the series with the new build. It's good on to them, and he's proven results. He's taking those sets and going out there and being dominant. So, no, well done to Mitchell, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Fantastic. Marty, thanks a lot. Hang tight, man. We want to have a lot to talk. I know you had some internet dramas, but glad you're here with us, and I want you to hang tight as we continue with our Get Dirty MX post-race show. Guys, welcome, of course, to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show, and it is now time to bring in our race winner, Mitchell McLeod. Mitchell, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show, my friend. How are you?
G'day, guys. Not too bad. I almost missed the start of that race. Didn't do any practice, so I'm quite happy with that win.
I would be very win a great result. This is 2 weeks in a row. Start from the pole and lead every lap of the race. Although this week didn't look quite as easy as last week. You had a good bit of pressure there from Chad Chastain early. Tell us.
Yeah, so at the start, I knew the tyres coming out straight out of the pits all during the week was pretty sketchy. So made sure I was pretty easy going into the corners on the braking, turn in, power down, all that for the first lap. And looks like I got a bit of a gap, but then all of a sudden Chad just caught back up. And every time I managed to pull a bit of a gap, he caught it straight back again. So going either way for a little while. And then I saw Marlon and Chad having a bit of, I've just put the hammer down then to make sure I got a gap while they were fighting, and seemed to pay dividends because Marlon was pretty quick at the end then.
Fantastic, buddy. And I tell you what, man, it was just awesome to see out there. Great run. Another shout out to that awesome livery on the car. The Torque Holden skin looks fantastic, buddy. And I thought you put on a great performance today, especially for no practice, man. Tell us how you just got in there and just old feel for the track or what?
Oh, I've done that many laps during the week, so I knew basically what I was doing, but I hadn't tested my race setup really, so I just knew about how much fuel to put in it. So I put 90 litres in it, and pressures by about 5-6 clicks on the setup, and yeah, it seemed to work not too bad. A few more changes for the Monday night race, I reckon, but yeah, it wasn't too bad overall.
Fantastic, buddy. Well, congratulations on another job well done. That's 2 for 2, my man. And you just keep up the good work, and we'll maybe make it 3 in a row.
Fingers crossed I can. Can't wait.
Absolutely, buddy. That is Mitchell McLeod, everybody, driver of the Torque Holden. Hang tight with us, Mitch. We got lots to talk about, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
All right, let's bring in our two-time defending champ. Had a great race today. Come across the finish line in second today. Let's bring in Marlon McMullen. Marlon, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show. Glad to have you here. How are you doing today, bud?
Yeah, not too bad, guys. A little bit hot. It's a little bit over 30 degrees at the moment, but otherwise pretty good.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, a great result today, finishing in second place. And a job well done, man. Tell us a little bit about how the race was at the start there when the cars were real packed in, and guide us kind of through how things went till all the way to the end.
Yeah, cheers. It's I didn't expect to start that far back. It was really good to get in the 18s, and I couldn't believe everyone else got into the 18s. So well done to them. It's an awesome time, and yeah, so I tried to make the most of it, and got a couple of positions, which I was a bit shocked. And next thing I know, I was battling Chad for position 2 for turn 1 out of starting after 5th or 6th or something. So yeah, you take it like that, and it was a little bit wild. I held on to it, and yeah, it started to get used to the cold tyres. I had a couple of runs earlier the last couple of days, and yeah, I knew I had a little bit of pace on it and knew what to sort of expect on the outcome. And yeah, didn't expect to also hit Chad in the bumper, so sorry to them about that. And yeah, so sort of tried to alleviate from that and watched Chad and Mitchell have their awesome battle for a while, and there and kept and yeah, slowly started to buy my time. And when Chad made that little mistake, I slowly started the pounds, which enabled me to get a really good run down the back straight. And yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he must have just locked the brake and just pierced it around on him. And yeah, tried to set up after Mitchell, and he was just too quick in the end. So well done him.
Well, wait till you see the replay on that, because you have no idea how close that was.
Oh, I know it was close.
Almost ended in disaster. Whew. But he did. He got it stopped, and I don't even think he made contact with you, did he?
No, he didn't at all. So I thank Chad for pulling it up a little bit more. Hopefully that wasn't the reason he spun around, but yeah, if it was, it's really generous of him, and yeah, I feel a little bit bad if that was the case.
No, he went in just a little too hot, and as you know, that car when you get so heavy on the brakes, the tail gets a little happy, and it just kind of caught him off. It looked like.
I'll take it as a pass on the outside then. You don't usually get those, so yeah.
Well, Marlon, the car's definitely suiting you good. And you got a second place run tonight. Showed some great pace. So congrats on that, and can't wait to see what you got coming in the future.
Yeah, cheers. Not too sure about the next couple of tracks that I don't usually sort of been too kind to me in the last few seasons, but bring on the rest of the season, and yeah, can't wait to start next year. So yeah.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Marty. We want to pass it over to Marty.
Yeah, Marty Carroll here, mate. How you going?
You're not so bad, mate. How about yourself?
Yeah, real good. Yeah, no, once you sort of broke away from Chad there, you were starting to run down Mitch there for a little while. You were both the class of the field. In that last 10 laps, you were lapping half a second faster than the rest of the field. And I noticed in the earlier races, a lot of guys were getting sets to come on later. Was that the case? Like, just keep coming and building and getting quicker with the new build and the balance of the car and the way the tyres work?
It's very interesting how the car sort of transitioned over the last few weeks. But this season I've sort of found that there's no sort of tyre wear any sort of element. There's obviously that little bit of drop off, and if you sort of heat them up too much, they sort of punish you. They're like sort of marshmallows like last season. But yeah, the main thing that I'm finding this season that's the issue is the bouncing off the curbs. And yeah, today wasn't too bad. I soon I got the settled down a little bit, but the last few days I was rolling it and having a disaster at Road Atlanta and too promising. So yeah, as I said the last week, once the season starts developing a bit more and other things start to come on, people start developing their setups a little bit more, and yeah, we'll see what happens in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh yeah, go ahead, Marty, real quick.
I was just going to say, yeah, it's been interesting between the teams with the new build. Everyone started on a new slate. We started with the 1000 to finish off the Premier Series, and then come to Okayama with 41 degree track temperature, and then come to Road Atlanta with 24 degree track temperature. And it's just been really good how the teams have adapted so quickly, and the goes rise to the top, and those teams that we expect to be at the front are back there very quickly again.
Yeah, as you said, Marty, it's really encouraging, not just for myself, but also for Curtis. That race obviously had a couple of mishaps, but in the last couple of days we've got a new sponsor as well, which have come on board, so it's a great way to start off the season with them.
Absolutely, Marlon. Well, a fantastic performance, buddy. We really enjoyed. Get ready for the race next week.
Cheers, thanks for that, guys.
Thanks a lot, Marlon McMullen, everybody. Tons to talk about on the post-race show. Let's go ahead and bring in Kurt Stenberg, guys. Finished fourth. You got me now. Well, now we'll bring in Kurt Stenberg. Kurt, welcome to the Get Dirty MX post-race show.
Hello, guys. Long time no see.
Tonight. How about the race tonight, buddy? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, race was really good. Started further up the front than I'm used to around here, and lost a few spots at the start, and had an awesome battle with Bo and Tony and Michael Schreier, and yeah, that went to the end. I'm not sure why Tony dropped off in a hurry, but yeah, you guys, I don't know if you caught it, me and Bo on the second last corner, we were having a good battle. Ended in almost tears, but somehow saved it.
Yeah, that was actually an amazing save we saw there. Kurt, saw you on the final turn twice there in the grass, and it was just an amazing save. How did you save that thing coming out of 12 like that?
Oh, well, my car was getting massive understeer at certain parts of the track, and I was having to adjust the bars to fix it. And last corner there, and yeah, I kept getting out on the grass there, and I don't know how I saved it. It's just opposite lock and keep the foot in it and hope you don't hit the inside wall if it spins. That's literally
it. Well, buddy, it was a good performance in fourth on the grid. Saw you kind of move back a little bit at first, but then jump right back up. Had some great battles all throughout the race, and a great solid fourth to end your day in week 2, man. And we're real excited. Just a great performance. One shy of a podium finish, man. You got to be feeling good after that one.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I must say I really wanted the podium. I was smiling in the helmet when Bo went off the road on the last lap. But yeah, no, good racing, good fun, and yeah, happy with 4th.
Absolutely, my friend. Well, hang tight. Of course, you know we got lots to talk about throughout the post-race show. And good luck, man. We'll be wishing you lots of luck next week at one of our favorites from Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'll see if I can come and race again. Had fun today, so yeah, we'll see you there if I make it.
Absolutely, buddy. That's Kurt Stenberg, everybody. Fantastic performance from him. And let's bring in Jim Davey real quick for a quick word with Jim on talks of how his race went today. As we know, he went in and did a little racing today in the car. How'd it go, bud?
Well, 3rd place. Can't complain about that.
Not bad at all. Tell us a little bit about what were you in the second split today?
Yeah, 2nd split tonight. It was pretty good, to be honest with you. I think there was only one contact at the beginning, and unfortunately I was involved in it. I feel bad for whoever it was I bumped into while we were all going through turn 1. But had a lot of fun battles tonight. Got some, as Ryan Shelton called it, he said I was monster trucking it over turn 7 when I was getting it up on 2 wheels a few times. Then it was fun. Had some great battles during the race. One with Ryan, one with Luke Emerton, which I feel kind of bad because we were side by side coming down to the chicane on the backstretch, and he blew his motor trying to stay beside me, downshifting too quick. And Sanjin Dalalik was running 2nd place for about the first half of the race before he had a wheel failure. He ended up down in the order pretty bad too. But for me, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Had a lot of close racing. Grant Crow at the end, last few laps, really put the pressure on. It was all I could do to keep 3rd place.
Man, fantastic though. A podium, Jim. That's awesome stuff, man. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and bring some of the other guys in for quick interviews so we can have our little discussion tonight. And next, let's bring in Jake Burton. Or actually, yeah, we'll bring in Jake, and then I want to bring in, of course, Curtis Chipaway. I want to have a word with him. And so let's talk now. Let's go ahead and bring. Welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are things going for you tonight?
Hey JD, yeah, good. How are you?
Oh man, we're doing fantastic. And tell us a little bit about the race tonight. A great race, man. Started all the way back in 10th, and you're going to finish tonight with a 6th place finish. We saw you in some big battles tonight. Tell us a little bit about how that start was.
It's pretty hectic. We come round 1, and I think it was Bo that came into a little bit of contact with Stenny, and Bo comes spearing across the racetrack, and we're 4 wide with Tony, Bo, and Michael. That was pretty insane, but yeah, lucky to get away with it. And the rest of the race was basically just a bit of a recovery, trying to keep out of some troubles, and also, you know, we didn't have the qualifying position we probably deserved tonight, which cost us pretty badly, but yeah, it was a fun race nonetheless.
Yeah, it looked like you guys were having fun out there, and that's the big thing. You know, Road Atlanta, this was an extremely tough track. I know when I went out to practice, the first lap or two was so loose. I don't know how you guys raced that close and that competitive that early with those cold tires. That car was just so loose when I drove it. When you guys drove it, y'all made it look too easy. Did it feel loose at all?
Oh yeah, for sure. Nothing compared to what it was like with only 10 liters of fuel in the back, but certainly even in race trim, it's pretty shocking. But yeah, certainly gave you a little wake-up call. You couldn't be caught sleeping until the tires got warm. So.
Man, incredible stuff. You know, we're going out to Watkins Glen to run the classic configuration, so won't have to worry about the bus stop. And that's going to be quite exciting. That'll be about the fastest track we've run, I think, ever.
Oh yeah, the Daytona of V8s is coming back again, I see. So yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. Not sure I'll be around next week. We've got a long race to do tonight, and yeah.
And a long race. What are you running tonight?
Stenny, myself, Madison Down, Lee Ellis, Sean Kelly, and Mitchell McLeod have all entered a team into the Masters of Endurance Championship, and we're doing 12 hours of Road America tonight, which will be lots of fun, and starting out at 21st against some guys like Gregor Hutu and Hugo Louis and Martin Cronke. It's going to be a fairly harsh race, that's for sure.
Is this race going to be broadcast or?
I was getting ready to ask the same thing.
It certainly will. It'll be on the Masters of Endurance YouTube channel, and you'll find it on Facebook if you can. And certainly going to be a long race. It's through the night for us. I'm pulling an all-nighter so I can do it. So, but for you guys, it should be in the middle of the day, so you can have a bit of fun watching that.
It should be a good time at some point for each of us.
Yeah, well, the
12
race
hours.
starts in exactly 9 hours, so.
Yeah, that'll be awesome, man. That'll be really great. I'll have something to sneak away and watch while I'm at work. Well, good job tonight, Jake. I really was impressed. Great performance. And hang tight. We got lots to talk about. I want to bring Kurt in now for a quick word. And so without further ado, we'll bring in Mr. Curtis Chipaway. Curtis, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show.
Hey, JD, what's going on? That was a bad race.
Curtis, you got a copy?
Yeah.
How are you doing this evening, buddy? Curtis.
Can he not hear me? What's going on?
Now, buddy, how's things going? And I'll
Okay.
try that again. I don't
That
know
was,
what's going on with it.
That was different.
Yeah, TeamSpeak's been acting funny for me for the past few minutes. But anyways, it was a crazy race. You had a lot of things going on. And tell us a little bit about the early race there when you had all those great battles going on.
Yeah, I felt like it was a pretty good start. I spun the tires too much, but then that fast left-hand turn, I made a little rookie mistake, and I took it in fourth, and I tried to take it in third there, get some speed going, but I almost spun it, and that's when Kurt got by me, and I couldn't get by him again. It really threw my pace off. I couldn't catch up to the guys in front, and I think it all just went downhill from there.
Well, we know you had a great race last night, second place finish right behind your teammate Marlon, and guys had another good run tonight. Walk us through a little bit of what happened there. Terrible incident, man. We know it was definitely so. Got caught a little bit off the curb. It looked like through the S's section, and got caught over there in the grass. So kind of walk us through about what happened through there.
Yeah, my car just I kind of screwed it up going into the S's there, and I came in too fast, and I thought I'd be fine if I just rode the curb, and it just unsettled the car, and I twitched it, and then I instead of just trying to save it, keep it on track, I just decided to just hammer it straight and hold the brake pedal down and hope for the best. And I guess Chad didn't see me coming or something, or my speed, and then just rear end and T-boned me, I guess. I haven't looked at it, so and the car just drove bad from then on, but I didn't get a meatball, so I stayed out in the track.
Well, it's just one of those things you never want to see, and no, I don't think it was intentional by either one of you guys. It happened really fast, and it was in such an awkward spot on the track. But all in all, the car was running good before. Let's just not even look at the incident. Had a good race going. We saw you kind of work your way through some of the cars there, like around Bow, and then you got into some open space. And at that point, I thought we would kind of catch you, see you get up there up in the top three and battle with your teammate and maybe Chad and them. And that's exactly what ended up happening before the incident.
Yeah, I mean, once I got past Kurt there, like a lap or two after that, it was just playing catch up, and I didn't think I was gonna make it. But after a while there, the car started to really come in, and I was getting really close there. And that was before the incident. I felt like I was gaining at least a couple tenths every lap, if not more. So the car felt really smooth. I was quite happy with it.
That's excellent, buddy. Well, we'll really be looking forward to you getting back on the track next week as we head to the classic configuration at Watkins Glen. and I've seen you do really well at Watkins Glen before, and I know you'll be excited to get back out there and get away from this incident tonight.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to keep the points going, for the championship. I don't want another bad race, but yeah, I'm definitely a lot more comfortable at Watkins than Atlanta. I hope the weather isn't as bad because the first lap here was just nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. Like I was talking with them, like when I drove the car earlier in the week, it was just so loose. I couldn't even hardly keep it on the track. I don't know how y'all did it tonight. Incredible.
Yeah, it was definitely all over the place. I ran pretty high front brake bias with a really stiff front bar, and just to keep it on track there, and I was almost spun it even. So it's definitely close.
Well, good job, Curtis. And I know, like I said, I wish you would have done a little better, but you rescued it and got a decent finish out of something that could have been a total loss. So good job on that, buddy. And best of luck next week.
Yeah, I'm happy with the finish considering what happened. Looking forward to next week.
Absolutely, buddy. Hang tight. We got lots to talk about. Let's bring in Sam Sutton now. As Sam, we want to welcome Sam to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good, JD. How are you?
We're doing wonderful, man, and it's good to see you. Tell me a little bit about your experiences tonight at Road Atlanta.
Oh, it's a bucket of fun. Much better than last season in that ugly Ford that drove like a dump truck. So had a good rough fight with Jake. Of course, bit of rubbing, but that's racing, so it was good fun all over.
That's right, rubbing is racing, my friend, and a good night. Starting ninth on the starting grid and finished in eighth. So all in all, fantastic run. But we saw you fall back a few spots, so it was really fun to watch you work your way back towards past where you started, and a great top 10 tonight.
Yeah, I got kind of a bit cautious in that first turn when Bo started getting sideways. I dropped a few places, and then I just had a spin with Jake, so I went back to 11th, and then eventually with Curtis and Chad having a get together, I made a few places up.
All right. After the start of the race, did things kind of calm down as far as the grip level, or was it just kind of steady the same the whole race?
Once I got through the S's, the car was bang on what I needed to be. I ended up setting my fastest lap at the start of the race and then hitting the exact same time at the end of the race. So the grip was there the whole way. I just couldn't get any clean air to catch up to the guys ahead, really.
Yeah, that definitely seemed to be the key was when guys could get in some clean air, they tend to make some moves. And but that's still a great run, and very proud of the performance tonight, Sam. And I noticed the new livery on the car.
Yeah, well, it was on there last week, but this training page wasn't updated properly. So yeah, with the Lenovo iRacing team now, sort of helping them with their V8 Supercar program.
Ah, fantastic, man. Well, sure good to see that. And man, best of luck to you next week. And I just found out something. Just notified that when Tony Ottridge had only put 80 liters of fuel in his car, and that's one of the reasons why he dropped at the end.
Yeah, it seemed a bit odd. I mean, he was miles up the road and then he just dropped like a stone. So I'm thankful for the place, but it's not good when a guy runs out of fuel.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. I thought he had some kind of weird slowdown penalty. So that was definitely what it was there. And yeah, man, we wish you the best of luck next week. And it's always a pleasure talking to you, Sam. We always wish you the best of luck, buddy.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
And all right, guys, that is Sam Sutton. Sam, hang tight, man. We got loads to talk about. We only got two more quick interviews. Let's bring in Bones, guys. Always good to talk to Bones. And Bones, welcome to the Get Dirty MX Post Race Show. How are you, bud?
G'day, JD Kane. Yeah, I'm going well. Thanks, mate.
Man, good job, buddy. We watched you out there on the track today, and a lot of guys didn't have a lot of open air, but you did today and got to log some good laps, man. Started 18th, and you moved up 4 positive positions and finished in 14th. Not bad day at the races.
Yeah, scraped in by the skin of my teeth, and that's not a lot with my old teeth. So I was sitting in car number 19, started off 18th, but yeah, got a couple of places, but only. Yeah, I was watching a 4 car battle up ahead of me, and they were about 8 seconds ahead, so I can see them every other corner. And then a bit of a misfortune from Christian took 2 of them out for me. A bit of bad luck for the guys. I don't like to get them that way.
Well, of course. I tell you what was exciting, man, was this race had good good battles for position all the way through the field. There was times we were watching the final or the last three cars on the track, and so we had good competition all the way through the field. And so I'm sure that you're actually one of the luckier ones to have all that open air to run in.
Oh yeah, avoided some some issues there. But yeah, the car didn't. I don't know if I had the wrong pressures. The car didn't come good till the last 10 laps. So I started getting down into the 20s. I actually beat me qualifying time and towards the end of the race. So bit of work to be done, I think.
Wow. So the car kind of just felt, was it loose or what until about 10 to go?
Yeah, it just got better and better as it went on, and yeah, the other guys seemed to. Well, I stuck with them early, and then they took off, and then wasn't feeling super good, but then it just sort of clicked towards the end.
It was just set up for the long run. That's all it was. You
Yeah,
just needed an enduro round.
That's it.
I knew that's all it was, buddy.
Might have been the driver.
No, man. Good job tonight, buddy. You did a really good job, and as always, we always enjoy watching you improve each week, buddy. And you just keep doing what you're doing. And I think we're gonna enjoy watching you next week at the classic configuration of Watkins Glen.
Yeah, no, that should be an interesting race. The way this car is at the moment, it's just really good to battle with. So Watkins is going to show.
Oh,
some
it's
good
going to be
battles, I think.
amazing. Every time we go there, it's unbelievable. And with this new Holden, oh, we're in for a real treat, guys. Well, let's bring in. I want to check in. Thanks for chatting with me, Bones. We got lots to talk about, and before we do, I do want to have a quick word with Corey Preston. For those that remember, Corey had an injury and is unable to been in the car. Let's have a word with him and see how he's doing. Corey, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, JD. Well, yeah, I just been sitting here watching what remained of the broadcast. I mean, I didn't wake up. I forgot it was on. So, yeah, just chilling, not doing much.
Well, I'm sure the number one question everybody wants to know is how is the arm and hand healing?
Very, very, very itchy. Which I suppose is a good sign, isn't it? But even so, cast all this bandaged could be bandaged up for 2 months or so. So there would go the entirety of season 4 and week 13, and the next couple of weeks of the next season. So if it's that long, I won't even get to try the updated car of the future before I get thrown straight into the next season. So that'd be a bit unfortunate. I mean, I'd probably be slow.
Well, the good news is if you're a Ford guy, you would never had to have driven the Holden.
That's right.
Yeah, well, sadly,
Poor boy.
sadly, despite the fact that this car is a Holden, I'm actually enjoying it. It was actually quite good. I mean, I have been cutting, very limited laps at Road Atlanta, just with auto shift and driving with one hand, but it's not the same, and you get frustrated because you can't go pace, and your arm starts hurting, and yeah.
So, did the cut get into your tendons, or did they have to do some repair to your tendons, or is it just the cut itself that you're trying to heal from?
So far as I'm aware, on initial inspection, the doctor said I'd missed the tendon by about 1 millimeter, which I think in Imperial that'd be something like
It's just under a 16th of an inch.
Yeah, it's really close.
Just
Oh,
less than
wow.
one line on a tape measure. Just a smidgen.
Yeah, but the doctor said the doctor checked my tendon reflexes. He checked all the structures in my arm, and he got his hand and put each of my fingers on that hand in some way, and got me to test various movements like up, down, sideways. Got me to push against his hand, and then he checked my wrist. Then he checked how I'd clench my fist and unclench it, and yeah, that all checked out. So yeah, luckily, yeah, it's just some serious cuts I'm trying to get better from.
Well, it can be a hefty recovery. A lot of people don't realize just how much you use your hand, and I'm sure you're finding that out real fast, aren't you?
Yeah, seeing as I'm left-handed, and it's my left hand that I sort of put through the window. So
Oh,
yeah, I have had other I have had time to work on other things, JD, and I think next time, reckon I'll take me a sling blade to them winders.
There's Corey Preston.
that's Corey for you right there, buddy. That's right. Well, guys, I'm glad to hear that. And
So, if I'm not getting too personal here, was it an accident that your hand went through the window, or was it did you get mad at something and just punch the window?
Short story. I had an argument with somebody, and yeah, lost my temper, and my hand went through about 4 windows. Two of them being stained glass, about
Yeah,
nearly
that
2 inches thick. So
yeah, that pane glass is that's so sharp. People don't realize that the pane glass that's the dangerous stuff. When you hit the tempered glass and it just busts into a million pieces, you just get a bunch of little scratches. But that pane glass, God, it goes so deep as you've seen.
Man, you're
Oh, yeah,
something
right.
else. You're
Won't do it
something
again.
else, Corey.
yeah, I realised it wasn't fun and games when after I'd calmed down a bit, right about after I'd smashed the fourth window, looked down at my arm. You know,
Man.
there was blood flying everywhere,
Don't do
and
this at home, kiddies.
Yeah, do not do that at home. That's right. Do not do that at home. Well, I'm glad to hear that it's, it seems like there's no tendon damage, and we'll be wishing you a really speedy recovery. Obviously we miss seeing you out there on the track, especially in the Americas. But I do want to start a quick group discussion. I want to ask you guys a question and just see. Did you guys? I know that don't know if you watched it or not. Just kind of curious to see if anybody watched. Kane and myself started broadcasting the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series this week. Did anybody get a chance to catch a glimpse of it?
no, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I do like the new intro where you guys actually introduce the show when you're at the track. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, appreciate that. That was one of the few seconds that Kane and me had a chance there to do a little video in at Talladega in between we actually did that video in between the Camping World Truck Series race. As soon as it ended, we kind of let some of the fans split, and it was in between the race and the Sprint Cup qualifying, so it was about 45 minutes in between. And once it was calmed down, me and Kane and his daughter actually filmed it, and we went up under this restricted area. We just kind of hopped over the caution tape and went over to the little and by the edge of the. It had a good back view, and we filmed, and then we took off.
Oh, no.
But
You just announced on the broadcast that you jumped into a restricted area. Good stuff, JD.
They got to catch him yet.
what are they gonna do now?
Yeah, I think we got away. We got away with it. I will say, I wasn't worried about it because I figured people would see us with the camera and figured, we had to steal a chair from
Up to
over by the building, but I figured they wouldn't say much.
Stealing too.
We did return it. I guess it was borrowing because we did return the
Yeah,
chair.
yeah.
Should have gone up and did what they did at Richmond and just sat in the catch fence and done a little show up there.
I don't know if they would have been too happy. The reason that I brought up about the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series, boys, was I wanted to let you know that you guys are got a little bit of representation, as V8's Online has sponsored a driver in the Pro Series, and the V8 Supercar America's logo is on a lot of the on the big broadcast. I know LSR TV is doing a broadcast as well, and there's a lot of viewers watching between the two broadcasts. And so if you guys get a chance, support the 95 car of Stephen Esney. He has your logo on his hood.
How did I go?
And he ran pretty well week one. What did he finish, Kane? 16th out of 43 cars, something like that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, not too bad. This is his first time in the Pro Series. He just came up from the Road to Pro, and we obviously got a good chance to cover him during the NASCAR iRacing Series Road to Pro. And so he was looking for a sponsor, and Kane decided, and I decided that it would be a good idea to give him a V8's Online sponsor and slap the V8 Supercar America's logo on the hood. So you guys series is being represented on one of the big iRacing series. So it's pretty neat. I just wanted you guys, if you get a chance to go watch it, go out there and support Steven. He's representing you guys, and he's giving big thanks to y'all every week, and he'll be running for the entire Pro Series. So that's 9 more races that you guys can get on there and support him anyhow. It's every Tuesday night for us here in the Americas. But for you guys, I think that would be Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, it's Wednesday about 1 o'clock because I tried to tune in and the boss came up and wanted me to do some work instead. So
yeah,
I didn't even get to see the start of the race.
Those bosses can do that. Well,
what does he want?
I know. Well, the race, I'll be honest, guys, that race was absolutely incredible. Very, very entertaining race. I know in the NASCAR iRacing series, we had a lot of yellow flags. 3 yellow flags in a 167 lap race, and we literally went several green flag pit stops. It was very exciting. Big race, and SDC Motorsports own Tyler Hudson won the race, which was really neat. As he just joined the Trifecta Motorsports, with SDC and all them. And so the Sim Pit on the hood won the race. That was really neat to see. And but anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring that up so you guys would know that you're on a car, man. You need to check out. It's the 95 car of Stephen Esney, and be awesome to watch him this season. See how he does. He's a young one, so we don't expect. We're not trying to expect the world out of him, but we're supporting him. That's for sure.
Hey, young
Yeah,
guys can be pretty quick.
Yeah, we'll have to. I guess we'll all have to go out there and go support number 95. But something I want to bring up maybe is, I'm just wondering if anybody has sort of figured out how to make the rear end of this car work, because just when I've studied it by myself, I've noticed the rear of the car just moves so differently to the old one.
Anybody want to elaborate on that?
Physics are broken. That's about it.
Have you tried the setup that Mitch has posted in the forum?
Yeah, just take the Okayama set, turn the dampers down, screw with the bars, and you should drive fine here.
Yeah. You got to drive it right too.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing. When the Holden first came out, my initial first impressions were okay. I wasn't really sure if I really liked it that much, but as of late, I really, really like this car. I like the way that it feels, and I think that I'm sure that it's going to be adjusted. They're going to fine tune it hopefully by the next build. They will, I don't think they'll ever perfect it, but they can make the minor improvements to fix the back ends and things like that. But I think they did they went in the right direction with it. I think one thing that I was concerned with when they were putting this car together was that it was going to not drive like a V8 anymore. It was going to drive like one of those new GT3 cars or something, and just be way too easy to drive. And I was afraid of that. And thank God they didn't do that. So really good to see. And like I said, the small stuff, I'm pretty sure they know what's going on. They're getting feedback as long as you guys are giving them feedback, and then they'll make the proper adjustments. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, a lot of practice sessions, guys are just saying this is the best car, and you get seeing a lot more new people and a lot more races actually going official.
Guys, I have been in 2 official races during weird times. I raced today at 3:15 on a Friday
Yeah, I watched that race.
afternoon. Oh no, I did awful.
That was that was something else.
I did terrible. Curtis, quit laughing at me. I'm trying to learn.
Same with that GT3 race the other day.
Oh man,
You're
I'm gonna
being
put.
stalked.
I know I got to put a lock on my dadgum. I'm gonna quit driving. But you know, I'm just trying to get back into it, man. You know, when you hadn't raced in 8 months and then you decide to start racing again, it's rough. It really is, guys. It is very discouraging. But I'm just keep practicing and see what happens.
Plenty guys here to give you a helping hand, mate.
That's right. Marty's supposed to have given me several coaching lessons by now, and I guess he's had his own computer dramas to get worked out first. So as soon as he gets that worked out, he's promised me some school sessions.
Basically, the way it works is they help you until you're within like half a second of them, and then you stop getting help.
Yeah, and that's fine. If they could get me to where I'm a half a second, I would be happy as can be, and I'll get the rest on my own. But right now, I'm way off. I mean, we're
Half a second.
talking way off. But we'll
I'll
get
be
there.
happy to be half a second.
Yeah, Bones, you might be the one that needs to help me out.
No, I said I'll be happy to be half a second too.
Yeah, I might need you to help me out.
All right, we'll work together, mate.
But guys, yeah, man, fantastic stuff. Really excited about the race next week. This shortened season is really weird. So at the end of season 4, so we're going to be starting season 1 in what, 4 more weeks? Is that what this is?
Yep. Basically, or 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're
Well,
going to
it'd
have a
actually
season
be
5.
6, I believe. No,
Week
he's saying
13.
5 weeks. It's actually should be 6 weeks because we got 4 more weeks of racing since this was week 2, and then we got the week 13, and then we should start season 1.
That's right.
That is so
Yeah, see.
odd.
Yeah, well, what they've done, JD, is they're realigning the seasons to go with the calendar year. So instead of season 4 going through Christmas, it finishes just before Christmas, or I think just before
okay.
the new year.
I like that. So you got a break for Christmas and all that. That's good. That's really good. I think that's great. It just is awkward for this season.
Yeah,
I was
But-
been meaning to ask you guys, JD and Kane, whereabouts in America are you guys? Because I'm going to miss the first few weeks of season 1 because I'm heading over there for a bit of a holiday.
Really, that's awesome, man. Kane lives in Kansas, and I live in Middle Georgia, right in the middle of the state.
Oh, okay. That sucks because we're only doing the West Coast, but oh well. It'll be fun regardless.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you'll
man.
have some fun.
Whereabouts are you going on the West Coast?
West Coast, best coast.
Oh,
Oh no.
Here we
I,
go.
I always
Wait.
I always get confused with the 2 coasts of America. So let me get this straight: California, San Francisco, and that's on the
Go
West
look at the
Coast.
map.
That is
yep,
right.
that's where we're going basically, and yeah, I wanted to
And-
go to your Daytona and your New York and stuff like that, but wrong side of the
Yeah.
country, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's
Well,
still so much to do once you get into California. There, you got they got this big pass that you can buy where you can go to Disneyland, Universal Studios, the San Diego Zoo, and California Adventures theme park, and it's so cheap and it's so fun, just day after day of having something to do. So you're definitely in for a great time. California's got a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, you can go to
Yeah.
Hollywood and all that. It's cool. I've never been out there, but I've heard a lot of good stories.
Roller skates.
we're also gonna tip into the land of Curtis for a little bit and go see some snow.
Wow.
No snow here.
Are you gonna try your hand at? No, I won't do that.
Now next week, Curtis, it's supposed to be getting kind of cold. I know we're supposed to be getting some kind of cold front that's coming down from up there.
Oh, it'll get cold, but it's not gonna snow where I am. It's rain plenty. I
If
get
it-
snow maybe 3-4 times a year, so
Where are
otherwise
you-
it's just all rain.
Where are you at, Curtis?
It's just outside Vancouver. It's rains all the time here.
Gotcha. Up in
Depressing.
that northwest Canada
That's
there.
where they
Or
shoot all the movies because it's good weather for movies, apparently.
Yeah, good scenery too. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say the extras are good looking.
reckon so. Thought of that. Seriously, like they say, it's just extremely clean and beautiful there. Like really nice place.
Yeah, only downside is all the rain.
It's kind of sounds like well, never mind. There's more downsides to England, but
Louisiana's kind of
Actually,
it's
actually, I will speak from experience here. England and Scotland, it's not always raining. It's actually quite hot.
really,
Yeah, 24
Yeah.
degrees.
No, Graham. We actually got 35 on one
Well,
particular
it's
day.
35 here now, and it's just nice.
Yeah, whatever.
you guys kill
Although-
me with that Celsius. I try to get it figured out, but yikes.
Yeah, we've only got round about a 45
It's about
to 0 range. So 0, you're getting freezing. Then we go up to 45. It's always
yeah,
nice.
40 plus
Cooking
is
eggs.
about 100 or so.
Now,
When
I was gonna go back to racing for 1 second. I wanted to ask you guys about they get the V8 Supercar races live. What is Foxtrot? And because I saw where Mark Larkison is leaving. Is that right?
Foxtel is the new one's taken
Or
over.
Foxtel,
Mark
not
Larkin.
Foxtrot.
Rupert's taken over our V8s and taken it to another channel, so Channel 10. So they're poaching a few of the Channel 7 guys over, but most of it's going to be on pay TV, and yeah, there's a whole new deal going through. They paid 4 or 5 times the going rate for it.
I tell you what, if Neil Crompton's not on the telecast, I won't watch it. Like Larko is a pretty big addition, but
Yeah, he's great.
as long as Crompton needs to be on it, he's like the expert commentator guy.
I just enjoyed whenever I watch the V8 broadcast. Of course, I see them like as soon as the season's over, I'll get that entire package on where I can watch all the races online for $9.99. But I enjoy watching him on the whiteboard. He really explains everything awesome. His knowledge is just tops, and
Yeah, we need a guy like that, don't we?
I'd love
Reese
a guy
Gardner.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reese Gardner is fantastic. Reese does a wonderful.
He's gone.
7, so sad to see that. But anyways, I just didn't know what all that was about. I saw that on Facebook today, and from some of the Australian friends, and I just didn't know what that meant. All right, well, that's going to be it for tonight. We got to go, and tell you what, guys, it's been a fun show. We've enjoyed the heck out of it. And we'll be coming to you guys live next week. You're not going to want to miss out as we head over to Watkins Glen for the classic configuration. Once again, we want to congratulate your winner tonight, Mitchell McLeod. A fantastic performance from him this evening.
Hey, before we
And-
get too far gone, before we do the complete outro, I do want to toss it back to Jake if he's still here, and I want him to remind everybody one more time of that big enduro race that a lot of the V8 drivers will be participating in, or at least his team.
Oh, yeah, it's Masters of Endurance. It's round 1 tonight, 12 hours of Road America. Race starts at 1200 UTC on Saturday, and yeah, we'll be 12-hour race. We got Mitch McLeod, Lee Ellis, Sean Kelly, Stenny, myself, and Madison Down racing in my team, and I also believe Sam Sutton's driving one of the Lenovo cars, and some of the DCM guys are out as well. So if you want to use something to spend your day up, that'll be a great race to watch with guys like Gregor Hutu and Hugo Louis and Martin Cronke. So it's going to be a great event.
Oh wow.
Man, that is going to be absolutely fantastic. I know that I will be watching, and we wish you guys the best of luck, Jake. And I hope you guys out there are watching the broadcast live right now. Make sure you guys check that out. You're not going to want to miss that.
Yeah, that is Masters of Endurance. You're going to want to search that on Facebook to find it.
Yeah, it's Mazda MX Masters of Endurance, correct?
No, just Masters of Endurance show there. There are a bunch of guys who used to do. They were the first guys to do driver swaps, as far as I'm aware, back in Live for Speed, and now they're much anticipated series coming to iRacing. But it's going to be fairly interesting because the top 60 cars in qualifying were separated by 1 second, so it's going to be very close.
Wow.
And it's broadcast, Joe?
Yeah, sure will be. I think I put the link down there before. It's
Get the boys to put it on.
simrace.tv, I think. Or if not, just check their Facebook page. I'm sure they'll chuck a link up.
Ah, very good.
Once again, I want to say thanks to all of our loyal viewers out there. Thanks a lot. Make sure you guys subscribe to V8's Online and like the videos. We sure do appreciate everything you guys do. It really mean a lot to Kane and me. You guys show up every week and watch these guys drive. They do a fantastic job, put on a great show for us, and we enjoy the heck out of it. Not going to want to miss next week, guys, as we head out to Watkins Glen. And we sure would appreciate if you guys stop by the V8's Online website on Tuesday evenings as we get ready for the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series. And like we mentioned, look out for the 95 car of Stephen Esney, as he is sponsored by V8's Online this season. And guys, you guys have a wonderful evening as we come back to you live next week, same time, same place from Watkins Glen. Y'all have a great night. Contact free. Contact free.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.